Hello and welcome to this short movie that will take you through the quality management system of Ayurvet Limited. The team at Ayurvet Limited remains committed to providing top-notch products to its customers. This short movie will give you glimpses of the quality control and quality assurance practices, which form an integral part of all operations at Ayurvet Limited, and that go into the manufacturing of its each and every product. Ayurvet's state-of-the-art manufacturing plant located at Buddhi in India, covering an area of more than 175,000 square feet, is clearly one of the best in its league. Besides other departments, the manufacturing plant has an in-house QA/QC department, which ensures that only the best quality products reach the customers. The quality and feed safety policies of Ayurvet Limited aim to achieve complete customer satisfaction through high standards of quality, delivery, and services, and by providing its customers with efficacious, dependable, and safe products. The quality management system of Buddhi unit of Ayurvet Limited essentially follows the guidelines issued by the WHO and maintains compliance with the requirements of GMP+, the requirements of CGMP as defined in Schedule T of the Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and Rules 1945, the requirements of ISO 9001-2015, and requirements of Executive Instructions for Feed Additive and Pre-Mixtures for Export, by the Export Inspection Council of India. The in-house R&D facility of Ayurvet Limited is recognized by the Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, Government of India, and the Testing and Analysis Facility is recognized by the State Ayurvedic Drug Controller and Licensing Authority. At Ayurvet Limited, quality assurance and control practices begin much before actual production, specifically, from the point of time when specifications for the raw materials are developed. In consultation with the specifications laid down in the Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India, and building upon the prowess of its internal research and development division, the Buddhi unit has set rigorous standards for acceptance of raw materials. Generally speaking, these specifications relate to the maximum permissible levels of undesirable parameters and the minimum threshold levels of desirable parameters. We will learn more about these specifications in the coming sections. When raw material arrives at the Bay Area, it is first dedusted and inspected by the QA chemist for gross visual conformity with reference standards. Material that grossly appears identical to the reference standards is assigned a lot number to allow its traceability and sent to the quarantine area. Besides their presence in the designated quarantine area, raw material under quarantine can also be distinguished by their characteristic yellow labels. Thereafter, the QA chemist performs sampling of the raw materials as per the sampling plan and sampling SOPs. These samples are first subjected to organoleptic tests and thereafter to tests for microscopic characteristics. Then, the samples are sent to different in-house laboratories for qualitative and quantitative analysis of numerous parameters such as the levels of moisture and water activity, microbial load, ash, foreign matter, heavy metals, pesticide residues, mycotoxins, extractive values with different solvents such as water, methanol, acetone, and ethyl acetate, volatile extract, saponins, tannins, alkaloids, fiber, protein, and fat. Besides these parameters, each plant material is analyzed quantitatively for at least one marker molecule, which is specific for that particular plant. Packing material also goes through the same operation pipeline, from dedusting in the Bay Area, through primary inspection, labeling, quarantine, and testing till approval. To name a few, tests for packing material include those for compression and bursting strength of bottles, piercing test of cardboard boxes, leak test of LAMI tubes, and scuffing test of labels. Once approved, raw material and packing material are labeled in green as approved and catalogued before being placed in numbered racks for ease of retrieval, whereas failed material is labeled in red and placed in a separate rejection area under lock and key. QA and QC practices continue to the production area. Before actual production begins, a line clearance is required from the QA/QC team, testifying that everything is in order. Line clearance includes confirmation of the absence of leftovers from the previous batch as well as conformity with every requirement for the current batch in the production line in terms of the product, its packing, and labeling. The Batch Process Record, BPR, is a vital document, which is suggested by its name, records every event during the production of a batch. Quality checks are performed during the manufacturing process as well. Depending on the product, these may vary, for example, those for final volume and weight, proper labeling information, etc. The results of all of these checks are documented in the BPR. The finished goods are also subjected to analysis for quality. All finished goods are checked for general parameters such as extractive values, heavy metals, microbial load, and marker compounds, as well as for parameters that are specific to that product. Further, the finished goods are also subjected to stability studies, where representative samples from at least one batch per year are kept at 30 degrees Celsius and 65% relative humidity for a period of up to 3 years, depending on the shelf life of the product. All products undergo terminal inspection before being placed in the finished goods store. To ensure quality of the finished goods and unhindered consumer acceptability, a Customer-Oriented Quality Deficit Index, QDI, is used. The QDI evaluates the deficiencies in the finished goods on a continuous scale of 0 to 1. Any product with QDI greater than 0.5 gets rejected. After passing terminal inspection, the finished goods are catalogued and kept in numbered racks in the finished goods store, till their dispatch. The quality management process gets completed, as containers loaded with the finished products are given clearance for leaving the factory premises, to reach Ayurvet's happy customers spread all over India and across the globe. With quality control and assurance practices of such high stringency and magnitude, involved at each and every step of the manufacturing process, you can rest assured that Ayurvet products will deliver true to their promise, every time and everywhere. Thank you.